are we?
We're doing
Mic
great.
check. Good.
Yeah, living the dream.
Shall we do, shall we?
Magic.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Shall we effing do it?
Let's effing do it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much. And I have to say a couple of words.
Uh-oh.
Surely,
I'm scared.
eyes, lips,
Oh.
face, eyes, lips, facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah.
Serving facts all
Well
day.
done. Well done.
Thank you, thank you. So before we start, because we've been introduced, but I just thought it would be great if you are in a sentence about Patrick, in a sentence about Lisa.
Oh, shit. We're doing
I know,
this.
we're doing it. Who are we?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
There is no other woman in the world that is a superhuman like Liza. She has changed my life dramatically over the last 6 years at e.l.f. Beauty, and actually changed the conversation about what it means to stand out as a brand. And I'm just so grateful to have you in my life personally, and obviously what you're doing to drive impact for e.l.f. Beauty every single day. So thank you.
Oh my God,
Woohoo!
I'm crying. I didn't expect to cry today.
Oh.
Okay, wait, so you intro me, I'll intro you?
Okay,
Okay. So, Patrick.
This is therapy.
It is. It feels good. The way that we work together, finish each other's sentences, and read each other's minds is truly the dream partnership.
Amen.
And what I will give you and Corey so much credit for is you come from a place of yes. And as we always like to say, yes and, which we'll talk about. And it is such a dream partnership because it also is rooted in friendship and connecting as human beings.
Love.
And our love and our passion, which drives everything we do and makes the work so much more powerful together.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, let's cry together! We're crying.
Anyway, this is real.
It's so real.
6 years.
So I had to pile in on that one. Thank you
Oh.
for being the Bazaarvoice partner, and thank you for being partnering Prem here as well,
Of
too.
course.
I have to say something. Ask something that just makes it tick for you. One word.
Disruption.
Ooh.
Ooh, you stole mine. Inspiration.
Who? And
Inspiration.
I'll add to that
yeah.
Yes, please.
authenticity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We're all about
Absolutely.
here. So, Patrick, I'm going to come to you first.
Okay.
First and foremost, congratulations to you, Corey, and Laura, and everybody at e.l.f. Right now, as we speak, the Titanium Lions are
Yeah.
being judged live.
They are.
Right here, just the other
I
side.
know. I was
Yeah.
there this morning.
Yeah, so best of luck to that. Can't wait to hear. Woohoo! So, talk about who. Love for you to talk a little bit about your experience. One of the wow moment or wow campaign that you're really, really excited about. I know you have a lot to pick
No,
from.
we do. We have a lot, and we've done a lot together with the Shadows. And why I'm going to talk about this one campaign that's really important to changing conversations around the world. How many of you, first of all, how many of you are e.l.f. fans, or do you know e.l.f.? All right.
Woohoo!
Wow. Got a lot of
We are bold disruptors, kind heart, disrupt norms, we shape culture, and we connect community. Why am I sharing that with you? Because what we do every day is about empowering and democratizing access. And the campaign that we're going to talk about, which some of you may or may not know, it was around Change the Board Game. There were 34,000 people that were researched through an agency called Oberlin. Oberlin really did the...
Drew is here, I think.
Yeah, and what they identified is that there are more Richards and Dicks on boards of directors than a lot of underserved communities like Hispanic, Asian, and Black. And so that really was a call to action with Lisa and the team and Corey to come together to create a campaign called So Many Dicks and Not Enough of Everyone
So many
Else.
dicks.
And the reason for that is we want to change the conversation. We want to inspire what we do every day for young girls and obviously people of color to really shoot for the stars and look for the holy grail, which is the top of the funnel. And it leads into what we're also doing in democratizing access in sports and in music and all of the worlds of entertainment. We know that girls drop out of sports 2 times the rate of boys, and that is really a sad statistic. And we know that when women play sports, or young girls play sports, that they will grow up to be really solid leaders and change conversations. So what I'm really proud to be a part of an organization that really does support and honor and change what we want to do to change the world.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
thank you for changing my world.
Of
Well, too.
course.
Appreciate that very,
Thank
very
you.
much. Yeah. There is another moment of truth that somehow we're going to talk about in a little bit, is this whole Super Bowl phenomenon. We'll hold that one. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that, Lisa, you're a big part of that. You have a big, big piece of it.
Both years.
You are, by the way, the fourth L of Patrick's L.
I know.
And so tell us a little bit to the audience, is what does it feel like working and representing an iconic brand and an absolute change maker, and being who you are and being what Shadow is as well?
I think we're grateful every day for the opportunity, and I think also understanding that we're with a like-minded partner that we can take the craziest idea to, and they're going to dream big with us. And I remember when we had our first conversation about doing the first Super Bowl spot, and we had 3 weeks to do it, and it seemed unthinkable at the time, and it moved so quickly that we went from something feeling unthinkable to being on set. And it was truly remarkable. And it was, no one saw us coming, which was the best part.
Yeah.
And we cast Jennifer Coolidge, and we did the creative, and we wrote it with Mike White, and we did, the entire campaign, but then we also amplified and created that surround sound strategy where you could not miss it. And it actually created a bit of an explosion in beauty, because it really showed that beauty belongs everywhere and in a place that you wouldn't necessarily expect it, like the Super Bowl. But when we found out that half of the audience of the Super Bowl is women, but beauty brands were not marketing to them, we thought that was an unbelievable opportunity, obviously. But what we didn't expect was what followed after that first spot. So we knew we had to top ourselves. Yeah. So we did a campaign, Judge Beauty, and it's not by accident that we cast a 60-year-old woman in the first spot and an 80-year-old woman as our hero in the second spot. And Judge Judy is not easy, and she does not say yes to basically anything. So that was a moment. But, similarly, we worked in real time. I think that one was 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We really gave ourselves a cushion.
Yeah.
Of course. But, I think we had so much conviction in the creative because we knew that we were speaking in our love language of humor, which is so signature to e.l.f., while at the same point really leaning into the values of the brand and fighting for beauty and justices, while also making sure that there was cultural relevance, which there absolutely was, while still having an always-on conversation, right? Yeah. So that was sort of the magic there. And then we were very intentional with the casting. We were so proud that Ad Age named it one of the most inclusive spots at the Super Bowl of all time, which was so incredible, obviously, and meaningful to us. Yeah. So.
Well, you know what? Lisa and Patrick had actually brought us a favor. So just in case, if you didn't see it or you want to see it again, let's play it. Can y'all see that, okay?
Rise. Judge Beauty is back.
Beauty fades. Dumb is forever.
His boss was overspending on beauty.
She is wasting company funds on overpriced makeup.
Good makeup is expensive.
Oh, pricey makeup is a scam, like couples therapy or boundaries.
I object to his whole vibe. You're telling me you need to spend $92 on foundation? Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. I confess. I just want it to look dewy.
Radiant?
Luminous?
Glowy?
e.l.f. and hot. But this stuff costs a fortune and it isn't even cruelty-free. I know. I'm not proud of it. Gasp. I find you guilty of reckless spending and sentence you to $14 glowy skin.
Okay, just wait, stop. So what do I get?
Sorry, no makeup can cover up irritating.
Well, that's okay, I don't mind being irritated.
Judge Beauty serves eyes, lips, facts.
In e.l.f. we trust.
Thank you for that.
I just want to do a shout out to Brian, who's in the audience. Brian, where are you?
Brian.
Woohoo!
He is the creative genius, along with obviously a lot of the other shadows who really made this thing come to life. So thank you, Brian.
Our brilliant
Patrick,
executive creative director, Brian.
Woohoo! Patrick, a little pickup on here. We talk about the fourth L. In 30 seconds, what are the other three L's?
Love, life, and Liza. Okay.
I love that. I love that. Okay. So let's talk about that in a moment here, and I'll come back to the clip here in a moment quickly. You talk about culture, you talk about community, and you talk about just the whole notion of bringing that together. And Patrick, when we were talking, you also talk about entertainment, sports. Share with us your notion on that.
Sorry for that cough. That was really inappropriate, but sorry. So at e.l.f., what I love about everything that we do from a disruption standpoint, Corey is always pushing us. If you don't know Corey, she's our CMO. She's my boss. She's always pushing us to think differently and to do things that no one would ever do, the unexpected. When beauty goes right, we go left. So when we were looking at my org and my team, we really recognized that there was a hole in the spirit of creating entertainment. And so I'm now building out an entertainment arm. And why is that important? Because content is really going to be driving the force of what we move and how we move our community, which goes back to the original point of community. So under entertainment, we have what we call immersive, which is gaming. We're very involved in Roblox and Twitch and Discord, and a shout out to the eGen crew for really bringing gaming to the forefront. Additionally, what we're doing with women in sports, and I'll go a little deeper on that in a second. Also, music is another big passion point for us. We also have experiential and artistry. Those are areas of opportunity for us to continue to change conversations, again, to change the world. In the spirit of sports, we showed up about 5 years ago. We partnered with People magazine. It's for the people, by the people, of the people, with the people, all of the people. That is e.l.f.
And us people.
And we love the people because they are incredible humans. And anyway, we created a franchise called Pep Talk. And we did about 20 different series, which was celebrating a lot of, sports talents, whether they were coaches or they were young in the sport, or they were seasoned vets in basketball and soccer and baseball, all specific to women. And that really educated us on what we could be doing next. We then leaned in and found a woman. Her name is Catherine Legg. If you don't know Catherine Legg, she is the only female driver in the Indy 500, and she is the only female driver in NASCAR. And this woman, I got to tell you, she's a 43-year-old powerhouse. And why do I love Catherine? I love because she's changing conversations. There are 350,000 people that show up to the Indianapolis 500. Not one of them, not one person or brand was talking to 48% of them, which are women and young girls. And we showed up loud and proud. In between Goodyear and Waste Management, we had a DJ, we were blasting music, we had a Twitch live stream, we did a Snap filter, we created a Roblox game to inspire young girls to get into motocross. And it was just a time to celebrate and honor, women in sports. And then we fast forward, Billie Jean King is another big partner of ours. The Billie Jean King Cup is the only cup named after a woman in sports, which I think is really, really credible. And not only has she changed the world of sports, but also inspiring other women to stay in tennis. And what she did in 1974 was change the conversation around equal pay for equal play. So sports is a big part of our strategy. It's a big part of our entertainment strategy. I'm excited that we get to do really cool shit and change conversations in the world of sports.
That's truly amazing, right? Yeah. I wanted to circle back what you just said. One is entertainment, and the other part is women, and the third part is the love and the passion that you all have. Can you just, because we have a little bit of time, in quick time, tell us what in your own world, since being at e.l.f. to today, a couple of the major mega changes that you created. Insane.
Well, I'll take us back 6 years when I was sitting in a bar in New York with Corey. I was doing my interview. 5 bottles of wine later, I stumbled out of that bar, and I knew that I had found a like-minded person in the spirit of not only drink, but also in the spirit of changing conversations and being disruptive. And that moment for me was really what propelled all of us. So our first entree, I remember walking out of I was at a big company before, walked out of the headquarters literally at noon, got on a flight, flew to San Francisco to meet with Corey, and started my first day at e.l.f. And the other building that I was in did not want to talk about TikTok. And guess what? I go over to the other side of the building in San Francisco, and our first campaign was Eyes, Lips, Face with movers and shakers. And that was really what changed the conversation for us, because we leaned into a Gen Z audience that no one else was tapping into.
Yeah.
And I was just really excited that we could be in a place. And this is what we always do, is we find what we call beauty deserts and places that no one else, and spaces that no one else is and are. And meeting incredible people like this have been really a significant part of my journey in the last 6 years.
Yeah. Well, to both of you, thank you for changing the whole beauty landscape, and thank you for changing the world. And on that part, there is actually one more clip that we can play.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Shall we?
e.l.f. is a different kind of company that is never stuck to the sidelines, showing up where it matters, democratizing access to dreams. Because girls that stay in the game have the best shot at becoming strong leaders. e.l.f. embarked on a mission to level the playing field and change the game for women in sports. From eyes, lips, face, to empowering legendary females. e.l.f. partnered with iconic trailblazers like Billie Jean King, gripped the Indy 500 racetrack, sponsoring the only female driver this year, the 9th female in the race's 108-year history. Took over a high school girls wrestling event in Missouri, empowering female athletes to be their best e.l.f. on and off the mat. Backed the heroes and the underdogs of women's hockey and soccer leagues. And when that wasn't enough, helped launch the first audio network dedicated to women's sports to anyone that would listen. 26 global cities, 65,000 hours of sports coverage, 3.2 million fans on the ground, 12 billion impressions. e.l.f.'s commitment to championing women in sports isn't a moment, it's a movement. Because when girls see what's possible, they believe they can do it too. Empowering legendary females.
Woohoo! All right, let's have our seat. We have just under 5 minutes. I have to repeat that. Empowering legendary females. That is awesome. Yeah. Well, let's get to one quick piece. In the quick few minutes that we have left, I would love for you to reflect with the audience a little bit, right? And, you know, Liza, on behalf of Shadow and Bazaarvoice, myself, on behalf of Bazaarvoice, really pleased to be a partner. Give the audience one takeaway and one advice that you have for all of us. I'll start with you, Patrick, and then Liza. Okay, go. Liza first.
Yeah, I'll happily go first.
All right, here's your advice moment.
I think a lot of us talk about coming from a place of yes. And one of the things that we talk a lot about is coming from a place of yes and really having a mindset around and how can you level up and really create that surround sound experience, whether that's through press, through partners, and not just focus on, I have this one moment that I'm creating. We talk a lot about how we start with a story and it turns into a moment. But making it a movement is not something that happens with one thing, right? And so coming from a place of where are the additional audiences I can add by adding one more layer to this? Where are the new outlets that I can speak to? What are the additional stories that I can dig in and find to make this go so much further and so much deeper? So that type of mindset is something that drives the way in which we market and think every day.
Now, So, Liza, I have to say this. When I was introduced and we were talking about it, I love your promise in terms of turning moments to stories and then stories into movements. Yeah. That is huge.
Yeah.
And that's a big, big part. And thank you for being part of this as well.
Of course.
Patrick.
Thank you. I love this question. Everything at e.l.f. Starts with our community. Our community, and we know that when they say something, we want to learn from them, and then we want to do something. So we listen, we learn, and we lean in. Those are really powerful words, and I say those words not on purpose, because the reality is that our community is what's driving our results. Yes, we have beautiful products, value and quality, but it really is about the community and the kindred spirit of the people behind the community that are helping us change our conversations every day. And I know that when we listen, I know that the shadows specifically are always listening to what our community is saying and coming back to us with really incredible ideas to do things like you just saw on the screen. And for me, my advice is just listen, learn, and lean in.
Yeah. I think, Patrick, one other thing too, just in conversations with you prior and today, you pour your heart out.
He really
You
does.
really do. I mean, Lisa and I were just talking.
All heart.
It's you, it's Corey, it's everyone that just say because you believe in the mission, you believe in what you do, and just very, very powerful.
Well, it really is like a shout out to a lot of our partners between Shadow, 72, Movers and Shakers, Oberlin, Tenuity. A lot of our partners are really, they're part of
and
our...
Bazaarvoice.
And Bazaarvoice, yes, of course. They're part of our family, and they're the ones that are making the magic happen with us together collectively.
Yeah. Well, thank you very, very much. I'm going to do this. We actually have 30 seconds, so I'm going to do an iconic. We have to do 2 selfies, okay?
Okay.
So one of them is us on stage, and the other one we flipped over with the audience. Is that good?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this.